Technical considerations. This is where things are going to get, scary for everybody. No, not really. It's not hard. It's really not. Even if you've never set up a website in your entire life, you can do this. Okay? I don't have tutorials on, installing WordPress because it's not hard, and they have tutorials out there already. Plus, if you go with the hosting company that I use, there's a little button in there you push to install WordPress, and it asks you some questions, and boom, WordPress is installed. Nowadays, inside of WordPress even, it's a no-brainer. If you want to install a theme or if you want to install a plugin or all kinds of stuff, it's basically automatic. It's so easy. But we're going to talk about some member management issues, processing your subscriptions. Basically, all we want to deal with is how you're going to, potentially you're going to have, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 members, hopefully fairly quickly. And you got to deal with a lot of stuff. You got to deal with cancellations. You got to deal with updating credit card details. You got to deal with people having access and support and all this kind of stuff. And you want to be able, to do that as simply as you can. Then we're going to talk about what a CMS is, site layout and how you should structure things, a fast, easy, and professional website, how to get that, and I'm going to give you some tips, again, what I use, and even even though I've set up lots and lots of membership sites, I've got it pretty much fine-tuned to something that's really simple but still has professional results and works fantastic. Getting paid, we're going to talk about how you can take solutions that are out there for that, and a step-by-step, which is actually the most technical phase. I'm not actually going to demonstrate it again, but because there's tutorials for everything, but that's where you are going to probably learn a lot, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Seriously, don't get discouraged, though. If you're not very technical, it's not going to be hard, and if you are a little bit technical, I think you're probably actually going to like it. So, platform options. Where could we go as far as getting our membership site up? MemberGate is probably the Cadillac of membership websites, and it's consequently also very expensive. It's a fully integrated, totally turnkey solution. They actually host everything. They do it all. You have very little that you have to work with as far as technical stuff, getting things to work. They're going to handle it all. It's very high-end, very robust. It's got a built-in CMS, which stands for Content Management System. They have great support, but again, it is very expensive. Wish List Products. This is a plugin for WordPress. It's a very simple and extremely reliable solution. Integrates with a lot of payment processors, which is a nice, convenient feature. And it also is beneficial for the fact that it's self-hosted. In other words, you put it on your server. You do with it what you want. Once you learn how to use it, it's actually very straightforward. And I recommend going with that route. It's what I actually do myself. One-time payment. With MemberGate, you're going to pay monthly. With Wishlist Products, like I said, you just pay it once, and that's it. You own it. You can even, I think they have, you can buy some kind of... for a couple $100 extra, you get a license to use it on as many websites as you want. So you can set it up, pay once and put it on as many membership sites as you like. Very nice. Amember. This is a script that installs on your server. Again, very reliable. I think it's $140 maybe right now. They have some kind of promotion with the... Sometimes they do something where there's a free installation and sometimes you pay. I don't know, but whatever they got going on right now, just check it out. But what that gives you is integration with other payment solutions and billing. Most of the plugins you have to pay for. They do have really good support. It's a one-time charge as well. It is, though, for one site. So you pay one time and you get a license for that one site. As I mentioned, my preference is Wishlist Products. Not only because of the fact that if you get the license that gives you unlimited, you can put it on as many membership sites as you want, but I like the flexibility of it, and I really like the way that it works. It's actually very simple and robust. I have used Amember as well. I don't mind that. It works pretty good. I find the integration with WordPress is much better with wishlist products because it's geared as a plugin for WordPress. Okay, so it's made to work with it, and hiding stuff. It gives you a lot of flexibility with hiding stuff for different levels of membership access. For example, I could write a blog post, and I could have my silver members be able to read the blog post, but the gold members can't read the blog post. It doesn't even show up for them. That kind of flexibility, and vice versa. So that's why I like it. Plus, it's not hard to install and very easy to use. So CMS, what is CMS? Stands for Content Management System. Some examples are just blogs. WordPress, Blogger, Drupal, Joomla even is one. All of those different platforms, and you can try all of them if you want to. I've basically tried all of them. I've done Drupal, I've done Joomla, I've done Blogger. I even have some Blogger blogs still because I use them for generating traffic. But WordPress is my blog platform of preference. It's easy to create, edit, and manage all of your content without having to know all that complicated technical HTML and FTP mumbo jumbo. You just go in and you start typing. You use a WYSIWYG editor. What you see is what you get. You use it just like a word processor. You type stuff. You can make it bold. You can make it bigger. You can format things, justify left and right, all that kind of stuff. You use it just like a word processor. So you don't have to deal with how it looks, right? You just concentrate on making the content. Because it's template-based, it's easy to change the site look, and it's easy to make your website look really nice. There are tons of templates for WordPress, for example. There's free ones and there's ones that you buy. You simply install a template and it changes the whole format and look of your website in an instant. And if you wanted to update things and make it look different, totally easy to do. You go get another template, you pop it in there. You don't have to worry about any of your content. It just changes the whole look of the site. Very, very nice. So what are our options? I'm recommending WordPress. You go to wordpress.org. It's free. It's easy to update the content, like I said before. It's even easy to install WordPress and update it. It can be customized. There's tons of programmers out there that totally know how to do all kinds of programming stuff in WordPress. It's open source, so all the stuff is in there, all the code for it. They can make it do exactly what you want it to do. There are lots of widgets and plugins available. Widgets are little tiny applications that'll work on the WordPress site. And plugins are usually more robust. They do stuff maybe in the background to make the site work better. Support for static pages. So you can have your WordPress blog be like a regular website. It doesn't have to look like a blog. It can look just like a website, but WordPress is managing all of the pages that are there. Matty Blaze Hosting, one-click installation of your WordPress blog. So if if you don't have a hosting account, you get a hosting account. Inside your cPanel, you click a button, you got an instant website. Membership site layout samples. Think about your primary offers. What do you want them to see right away? And then if you can't find any membership site samples, all you got to do is go to Google, do a search for Powered by Wishlist Member. What you will see is Google actually will find all these sites that have Wishlist installed. What happens then? You go in, you check it out, you see how they're laying everything out. And if there's something that is convenient, if there's something that strikes you as being annoying, you can obviously eliminate that. You can include things, you can get good ideas for laying things out. But with the primary offer, like what are they really, really buying when they sign up? You want to make sure that they see that right away. That's why I say when they join, if you've got core content that gives them all the beginner elements, if you know that your target audience mainly is beginners, then when they join, you want them to be dropped right there so that they can find that very quick and easy. Otherwise, they're just going to be like, this is too difficult, and they're going to unsubscribe, right? They're going to cancel. So Think about what it is that they're really buying and make that available to them right away. Now, getting paid, this is probably one of my favorite topics here. Do you want to do the accounting for 1,000 people? Probably not. Listen to me. I'm about to tell you the solution that I use, and I'm going to say with that solution, this can still be difficult, and that solution takes care of a whole lot of hassle that I would have if I didn't use it. And that solution is simply ClickBank. You can go to ClickBank and you can set up a recurring product, and that'll be essentially your membership site. They will take care of all the payment processing. It's easy to get it set up and implemented, especially if you use Wishlist. It will, it integrates right with ClickBank, and it's easy to do affiliate tracking and payments. And I totally advocate using affiliates and giving them a healthy, give them 50% easily, because these are going to be people that are going out there working for you, getting you new members every single month, and that's how your membership is going to grow. Again, leverage is what it's all about. So instead of you going out there having to do all the work, it'd be better if you had 10 or 20 people out there getting you subscribers. And yeah, they get 50% of the cut, but it's a lot more beneficial to you in the long run. Some people don't like ClickBank because the customer can go in there and just cancel or refund, at whim, and ClickBank will take care of that. But I have found, do your very best, and it's not going to be, give them the content that they really want. You will have people that are just jerks, and they go and they cancel on you or something, or they refund and they stole all your content. But by far, that's not going to be the majority of the people, and just, consider it cost of doing business. What does it take to set up all of this stuff? Let's say I'm going to try to do this over the weekend. Well, WordPress is free. So you're going to go to WordPress.org, you're going to download it, no cost there. Wishlist Member, the script that I have recommended, $97 for the single license, and I think it's $297 for the unlimited one. I'm not positive, but I will tell you this. If you have potential at all, any interest in setting up multiple membership sites, buy the unlimited license, buy that first, because you get it cheaper when they first refer it to you. It's cheaper than if you were to upgrade later. You still pay a little bit more if you upgrade later on. So in other words, if you decide, I'm just going to get the single one, and then later on you're like, I really like this, I'm going to set up some more membership sites, upgrade me to the unlimited license, it will cost you more. Just be aware. ClickBank submission, I think, is $50 still. But that's going to just be, you got to get your product in there so that they can process everything, and it's well worth the investment. Plus, you get your product out in front of all these affiliates. So that membership site, people could pick it up and start promoting it that you don't even know anything about them, and they're not members. Hosting, $79 a year, and that includes a domain. I think they do have a monthly charge as well. That's like $8 or something like that if you want to just go monthly. All right, here is your tactical plan. I'm going to do my best to wrap everything up right now in this video, but we've got, I think, about 4 more slides. Your tactical plan: get your content together, set up and test everything on the site. You want to make sure it's all working, including signups and all that kind of stuff. And ClickBank facilitates that very, very nicely, because you can get the product in there. It won't be active, right? It'll be in test mode, but you can get it in there, and you can actually get your links already set up so that you can click. It'll do like a test transaction. It won't charge your actual card, and you'll see the whole process start to finish and make sure that it works good for you. Once the site is set up and tested, focus 100% on building your membership. In other words, whatever kind of traffic methods you're going to use, or JV relationships or whatever. Reinvest your income for the first month in getting better content, new and fresh, more content created, and also possibly consider doing some advertising. No full-blown updates until month number 3. You want to get enough people in there and enough usage, enough familiarity that, number one, at 3 months, you know that it's working, right? You can see that the membership is growing. But then also you want to get some feedback before you make any big changes to the membership area. Acquire a staffed expert to create the content and moderate the membership site after the second month. And I would say after the second month is completed. You want to just, that person maybe that you've been hiring for writing some articles, see if they will do come up with some. You'll know at that point how much you can afford because of how many members you've got and how it seems to be growing. But see if there's something that you can work out with them where they're just working that thing for you every single month. Even if, let's say, you were making $5,000 a month on that site, which is not real hard to do, right? If they're paying $10 and you got 500 members, there you go. But even if they're going to make a little bit more than you at that point, still it's worth it because you're not going to do anything. You've got it all set up and now you're basically going to let them create the content and interact with all the people. You're just going to kind of be a manager. But if they want, $2,000 a month in order to do that, then I would say it's a good deal. Just because even if they wanted $3,000 a month to do it, it still might be beneficial to you because you're going to probably, you're going to set this up, and as it grows, there's going to be other things that you're going to do with it. If you're the expert, fine, and you want to do that, that's fine. You keep all the money. But what I'm kind of thinking of here is, if you want to grow, if you want to set up another membership site doing something else, and then you're kind of managing all these membership sites eventually, after just a couple of them, you're going to be making more than everybody. Trust me. Outsource as much as you can and enjoy the reward of your hard work of getting all this set up, doing all of the research, and then sit back and just, enjoy the benefits. That's basically the process. Here's a step-by-step, the technical things that you're actually going to want to do for the most part. Register your domain. You got to get your hosting set up. Install WordPress. Change your WordPress theme. And for the first time I'm mentioning themes to you, WordPress by itself is going to look pretty lame. It's going to look very lame because it just comes with a very basic template. For usability and the general look of it, I recommend WP Theme Thesis. And the Thesis theme is really, really nice. It's robust. I use it for all my membership sites now just because the look of it and the way it interacts and the way it works, totally nice. Install Wishlist Member, okay, which is the script for the actual membership site. And I will mention here real briefly, WordPress has some facilities for blocking sites, blocking pages based on your password or whatever. You don't want to fool with that stuff. It's really a big hassle. It doesn't take into account all the stuff that we want to do as an actual membership management. That's what Wishlist does, is it is the management of those members. And it allows us to control access as well. Add content. So after we've got WordPress installed, we've got our own website up online, got WordPress installed, got the theme looking slick, got the membership script installed, and then we're going to dump in the content. Configure your membership levels. Maybe you want certain members, silver level to access certain content, whatever. Configure all that stuff, and then you go in and you protect the content. So the way that it works, and again, I'm not doing tutorials for this because all these products have the tutorials already. But the way that it works is you install the Wishlist member, you set up your membership levels. Then you go into your content, and each page you would say, block this content, protect this content, actually is the terminology. And then you grant access to specific levels. You check off what levels you want to have access to. One really nice thing that I like about Wishlist, and this is the big canon that I didn't tell you about yet. Wishlist has a facility to do what is called dripped content, like sequenced content. And what you can do is you can have your whole entire membership site with a whole year's worth of content. But whenever somebody signs up today, they get access to a certain amount of that content. Then 30 days later, whatever you specify, you can do 15 days, 20 days, doesn't matter, whatever you set. Let's say the next month, they get access to another batch of content automatically. You don't do anything about it. So you have the whole year laid out where after they, and it actually moves them to another level automatically. So they sign up, they get access to the content. A month later, they get bumped up to another level, and they get access to new content. 30 days later, they get access to new content. 30 days later, and it's billing them the whole time, right? And giving them access, and it's all done automatically. The way this is set up, if you do it through ClickBank, and I might add that at this point, after you protect the content, you would then submit your product to ClickBank, do all the stuff for approval there. But the way it's set up, if you work it that way, is if they go to ClickBank and they cancel, their membership cancels. It's automatic. If they do a refund, their membership cancels. All right, now we're going to step things up a little bit, and I'm going to talk to you about, well, I said I was going to do one. This is going to be the last video, but I tell you what, let's take a quick break. Think about the stuff that we just talked about, okay? And then in the next and last video, this I really promise this is going to be the last one, we're going to talk about some of the ways to grow your membership site.